the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Monday night action for you. The OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented to you by 4X Graphics. Thunder back down into Talladega, Alabama for the Dega 250 here today. Gonna be quite a show as it always is. How you doing? Welcome. Thanks for joining myself, Darkside Dave in the cave here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth. Things look to be mighty fine out there. There you see the track temperature, 107. My goodness, that track is hot and slick. Weather out there, only 78 degrees. So nice and cool in the stands for the fans. But that track is heating up, and things beginning to heat up this season as well. As we'll head into our points real quick for you, as we've only got about 4 minutes remaining here in happy hour. 3 minutes to be exact. Excuse me. 3 separate winners so far for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics this season, season number 5. 3 different winners in the first 3 races, so our points a little bit jumbled up. Some drivers able to utilize those stage points to their advantage, and Hunter Reynolds in the 26 finds himself at the top of the point standings. Travis Elliott in second, Robert Duvendak, there you see him in the 10 machine, right there in third. Aspen Belvin in fourth, Cody Ober in fifth, Anthony English in sixth, Logan Helton the Kid been to victory lane, but sitting a little bit down in the points, running in the 7th spot right now. 63 crew looks to try to climb the charts, climb the point standings. With just a win doesn't mean you're necessarily in. Here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics, Rick Seabrans will be in 8th, 9th. David Hunt, Mark Mann will round out your top 10 in your point standings. Heading in to tonight's race here at Talladega Super Speedway. Race number 4 here in season number 5 for these drivers. And man, it has been an exciting first 3 weeks. We head back to Talladega for the second time now this season, and things gonna get a little bit more interesting as the time goes on here this season. I mean, obviously, points battle is gonna get closer. The drivers sitting on the outside looking in are going to start being maybe a little bit more aggressive. Maybe push the envelope a little bit more than what they normally would. You're in a win and you're in situation, and the chrome horn gets pretty big. I'm just saying. Looking through the speed charts here in happy hour, looks like Robert Duvendak in the 10 gonna sit on top of the speed charts, as we've only got about 60 seconds remaining before these drivers switch not just the cars over, but their mind frame over to head into qualifying. Qualifying a little bit different of an animal than happy hour and hot laps here. You can kind of do some fuel runs, you can do some drafting, some pushing practices. You can elect to, do some qualifying, some mock qualifying or mock pit stops. But Nothing really gets you focused in as when you know these are the laps that matter, and if I can't get it done now, then I'm just kind of out of luck. So qualifying very important for most of the field, although keep in mind it is a plate race. As long as you're in the front of the field, and not necessarily the front, as long as you've got the draft, you have got a chance. Checkered flag gonna fly here at Talladega Super Speedway on the happy hour time. Slotted in here for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series, presented by 4X Graphics. Things switching over now into qualifying. Nobody on track just yet. We won't see a mass dash to the track. We do see a few drivers already in their cars. Jimmy Reynolds, Will Weber. Looks like David Overstreet, Logan Hilton, Daniel Holloway, all in their cars already. They're making a liar out of me once again. Rick Greenway, Travis Elliott, also out there on track. So we'll jump out there, watch this 51 get up to speed. Keep our eye on a lot of the other cars that are out there right now. And Tristan, I don't even know what that is. Is that like a ghost dap? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Thanks for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. All the fans, friends, family, viewers, and just random stoppers, buyers. We appreciate each and every time you join us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth, or any of the other guys back at headquarters. We do appreciate you stopping by. These drivers appreciate you stopping by. 51 of Elliott crossing the line to begin his first timed lap here in this qualifying session. Drivers going to be hard-pressed to get in all of their qualifying time before time runs out. Nonetheless, we'll see. Keep an eye on who is out there right now. There you see some times at the bottom of the screen for you. Nobody turning in a timed lap just yet. Everybody on their first time lap as of right now, so the time's going to be laid down very quick up there at the top of the screen. Logan Hilton out on his first time lap. Jimmy Crow on his first time lap. Daniel Holloway, Rick Greenway, all of those drivers on their first time lap. Logan Hilton top of the board. Daniel Holloway going to take that spot away. Now Rick Greenway. Derek Connolly, quick time as of right now. A lot of other drivers. Travis Elliott now takes that top spot with a 51.63 on his first time lap. A lot of other drivers still out there. Jeff Wyatt, Josh Milam, Daniel Harrington also out on track. Jimmy Crow Jr., Dustin Barber, Hunter Reynolds, Eric Carlin, Donald Stewart, Will Weber, and Jimmy Reynolds still all out there on track. So we'll jump around here. I'll tell you what, as Elliott goes into turn 3 and 4 here, we'll wait. We'll see where he shakes out here as Carline goes to the top of the charts, now bumping Elliott back to second. Elliott working off of 4, back to the stripe this time by the kid. Takes the top spot once again. Long way to the flag. Crossing the line that time by Travis Elliott. Let's see where he goes. Oh, only good enough for 6. The kid with the top spot right now. We'll jump back here now with Mark Vega. Well, maybe, possibly, we'll jump back here with Mark Vega. Sorry, apologize. Trying to find him. Nope, Mark not on track anymore. Interesting. Randall Cobb, one of their drivers out there on track in his 52 machine, not turning in his first time lap just yet. Because we've got plenty of action and plenty of drivers out there putting in their qualifying time. 20 drivers already on your speed chart. Jimmy Crow Jr., quick time. Look at that, a 51.02. Three-way tie at the front. Jimmy Crow, Hunter Reynolds, Logan Hilton, all 3 of those drivers with a 51.02. So very, very close split at the top of the field. Derek Connolly, Cody Ober, both with a 51.03. So time right there on top of each other. Going to continue to watch Randall Cobb here as he makes his first timed lap. Going to work his way to the stripe this time by. We were about halfway through tonight's qualifying session. Crossing the line the first time by, only good enough for 20th right now for Cobb. Gonna see where he what he's able to do here on this second time lap. See if he's able to pick up a good bit. He's about 0.6 of a second off of the fast time. Not sure he's gonna be able to make up 0.6 of a second. Nonetheless, he looks like he is absolutely trying. Few other drivers out there on their up-to-speed laps. The 10 of Robert Duvendak, Les Levy, as well as Dave Hunt. All three of those drivers on their first-time lap now beginning as Cobb comes back through the tri-oval, back across the line. Where will he shake out? Can he improve that 21st position? Gonna take a look at it. Big jump all the way to 12th, so a big gain there by the 52 of Randall Cobb. We'll go back now and take a look at the 10 of Robert Duvendak on his second timed lap. Duvendak with a 23rd for his first time lap of 51.73. He's got about 0.7 to make up. He's going to want to bump Jimmy Crow off of that top spot. Not sure he's going to be able to do it. Gonna try though. Duvendak, one of those wily veterans here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Gonna come across the line this time by. Where's Duvendak gonna shake out? Only good enough for 10th. Jimmy Crow remains your provisional pole sitter right now as the 40 of Anthony English is on his time lapse. Mark Mann, Rick Seabrands, both of those drivers also out on track. Mark Mann slotting in 12th with his first time lap, so great job out there by Mark Mann of 51.06. I believe that may have been his second time lap as Anthony English here waiting to turn his first time lap, coming to the stripe this time by. That's going to be his first time lap, so he's still got one more out there. Duvendak still has his lap time. Les Levy also trying to turn in his laps with just about 3 minutes remaining here in qualifying for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. English up there hugging that wall as Rick Seabrands turns in his first time lap of 51.71. That's going to put him 27th on the board. Going to have a big makeup to get to the top of the speed charts. As we watch Anthony English come across the line for his first time lap as well. Let's see where he shakes out. Good enough for 28th of 51.76. So Seabrands and English both have a lot of ground to make up. It looks like we've had 29 drivers turn in a timed lap. We've still got about 10 drivers yet to turn a timed lap. Jeff Wyatt, the last driver to turn in a timed lap. Mark Vega, Jamie Jessup, Ernie Williams, Andrew Schroeder, Chase Berry, Robert Payne, Sean McCarrick, Rob Connors, and Aspen Belvin yet to put in their timed lap here at Talladega Super Speedway. So some drivers electing to maybe not. And sorry about that, a little bit of camera trouble, looks like. Very interesting. Nonetheless, looks like a few drivers not going to turn in a timed lap at all here in race number 4. Looking through, and it looks like Mark Vega and Chase Berry, both of those drivers, just kind of sitting in their cars. So with a little less than 60 seconds remaining, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, head down trackside for the national anthem, then get you set for some green flag racing here from Talladega Superspeedway on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Just like that, we're back trackside here after the flyover. Man, that gets the blood pumping, gets me ready for some great racing action. Field just now rolling off, so we'll work our way through your starting lineup. Taking the pole here in race number 4, the 16 of Jimmy Crow, lining up to his outside, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 2, the 63 of Logan Hilton, followed by the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Row number 3, Derek Conley and his 28 machine in the 8 of Cody Ober. Lining up inside row number 4, the 62 of Les Levy, followed by the 27 of Sean Stevens. Josh Milam in the 7th going to line up in 9th, and rounding out your top 10, the 24 of Will Weber. Gonna scroll through the rest of your starting lineup, try to get things ready to get fired off here. Got my good buddy Dan, just broke into the cave. I don't know what hole he crawled through, but he was able to crawl through anyway. I thought I sealed all them holes up, but apparently my fix-it skills ain't so good. How you doing, Dan?
I'm good, Mr. Dave. How's the cave? It's nice and cool down here today.
Yeah, nice and cool, nice and lovely in the cave here tonight. Getting ready to watch this great race, man. It's gonna be a blast, as it always is. All 3 races this season, 3 different winners. So yeah, we never quite know what we're gonna see here. Look at this. We got a little 3-wide salute at the front of the field. Not sure why, but hey, I like it.
Apparently I'm missing the party, so.
It's all right. We'll let you sit down, get your glasses on, and your binoculars fixed, because it's going to be some craziness going on. Pace truck finally out of the way, and we'll get set to go green flag racing for the first time here at Talladega Super Speedway in race number 4 for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series, presented to you by 4X Graphics. Very long track around this slow speedway, and green flag in the air. Restart box kind of out there just a little bit. Drivers having to wait to get on the gas. Everybody up through the gears, no problem. Jimmy Crow continues to lead that inside lane, has his protege, that 63, the kid, right on his bumper. Derek Connolly just behind him as Hunter Reynolds falls back just a little bit on the start of the race. A few drivers electing to go back towards the back. Looks like Robert Dumendak falling through the field now, looking for a safer place to run as we come around through turn number 3 for the first time and off of turn 4. It looks like we're going to have a clean lap number 1 here at Talladega Super Speedway. Looks like we may have had a driver with some trouble. Looks like maybe Daniel Holloway possibly, or Mark Vega. Not sure who that was. Looked like they had some trouble. Front end looked a little bit damaged back there on that machine. Not seeing anything on the timing and scoring, but ooh, that's a tough break very early here. Only lap number 2 and already down 1 lap. That is going to hurt Eric Carline and Mark Vega. Both of those drivers already being scored 1 lap down, as the front of your field still stays packed up with each other. Your top 13, 14, 15, all the way back actually to 17th, still within 1 second of each other. So if you're in this front pack, you have still got a shot. Stage number 1 underway, and a short little stage here. But these drivers cannot make it on fuel, Dan.
Yeah, the short stage is definitely going to shake things up a little bit here. Imagine if we can stay green, we'll probably see some pretty good action here with the green flag pit stop. Shuffle this running order up, and once again, maybe we'll see a different winner this week, too.
Yeah, I mean, repeat winners are hard to come by here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. It's not very often you see the same driver go to victory lane multiple times in a season, and it's quite unheard of, almost a rarity to get back-to-back race wins. So we'll just have to wait to see if either of those conditions get met here tonight. Field still double file all the way around this track. Your top, 12, all right there, double file, with Jimmy Crow still leading the inside. Hunter Reynolds still out there leading that outside. Oh, actually, that is Derek Conley being pushed by Rick Seabrands out there in that outside lane. So Conley now making some moves.
Are you quite sure about that? That looks like the 26 of Hunter Reynolds there.
Is that Hunter? I can't tell if that's a 6 or an 8. I forgot my glasses.
Yeah, definitely a 6.
Yeah, let me put these glasses on. Yep, there it is, 26. The 28 is on the bottom. Connolly right there running third car, bottom lane. So they were kind of close.
They look very eerily similar, you know.
I mean, besides one's blue and white and one's black and white, but, you know, hey, whatever.
You know, I mean, numbers aren't your strong suit. You know this.
Apparently colors are not either. Maybe we'll work on letters next week.
Letters? I don't know. We might clear the numbers first.
All right. We'll work on the numbers. Oh, and it looks like Jimmy Crow going to come to pit road this time by. We'll see if the numbers are with him on this early pit stop. Going to look back through the timing and scoring. Looks like only about 5 drivers heading to pit road already. So good little group to come to pit road, but the big numbers are still out there on track. As Hunter Reynolds takes the top spot away, he's going to drop down to the bottom in front of Logan Hilton. Rick Seabrands now going to take the lead of that outside lane with a big push by the aid of Cody Ober. That outside lane going to surge forward and dead even with Hunter Reynolds halfway down the backstretch.
I wonder if these drivers are just kind of like a cakewalk today, with being at Vintage Daytona last week. This has got to feel like a walk in the park.
Yeah, I mean, the track surface much smoother, much wider. You can push a little bit harder. So, yeah, just they got to be loving it. I mean, it's like driving a car with no shocks to going into like a Cadillac or something. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah. It was so smooth. See Hunter Reynolds coming leading that pack to the pit road there. Several other drivers following him in line there, and we'll get these pit cycles done and over with. And Rick Sebren's leading the charge down the back straightaway, followed closely by the 8 of Cody Ober.
And it looks like just a splash only for a lot of the drivers that hit pit road already very early here, as we've got more drivers, big numbers coming to pit road this time. Big time numbers hitting pit road. Sean Stevens going to stay out on track. Looks like we've got about 6 drivers staying out right now. So decent amount of cars in this last pack yet to pit. But very interesting to see the big numbers that time. It's about 10 or more drivers hitting pit road that last time by.
Yeah, the kid Logan Helton coming in with Cody Ober, the 52 of Cobb as well. Let's have to see how this all shakes out. Stage point wins and things like that. I'd rather be out front. So my strategy would be trying to get the pit early, maybe take advantage of some of that track position and see where it shakes up.
Yeah, and I wonder, Dan, if any of these drivers at the front, we haven't really seen a lot of these names at the front all season. Jeff Wyatt, Andrew Schroeder, Sean McCarrick, Sean Stevens. We have seen Robert Duvendak's name up there, but then Jamie Jessup right behind him. If you were in this group of drivers here, would you maybe try to stretch this thing now, knowing that you have a 31-second gap back to the 4 of Rick Sebren's? That's the closest car to you. Do you honestly, do you stay out and hope for that caution, or I mean, what do you do here?
Being up here in the booth with you, Dave, and not behind the wheel of a car has kind of allowed me to see things that you normally wouldn't see. So I think if I was in this group of cars, I would actually myself attempt to stay out and hope for that late stage caution, maybe get a few laps under caution. Hopefully it goes quickly, and then see if you can get yourself a stage win and put yourself in prime position for maybe even a run at the second stage win, and then hopefully a race win.
Yeah, and I mean, we see him starting to race just a little bit here at the front of the field. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. And Dan, last season we seen it happen where a few drivers were wily enough, smooth enough on the throttle, backing themselves up behind other cars, really utilizing the draft to save fuel, and were able to stretch it the entire first stint, the entire first stage. So, I mean, does that ever cross your mind? You're one of these drivers that typically may not steal a lot of stage points, and you've got a chance to steal a stage win. Do you press your luck, or do you play it safe?
I think you have to, honestly. If you're typically in the back, outside the top 20, somewhere in there, and you see all these big guns, especially with a 30 or so second gap, you have to risk it for the biscuit, for lack of better terminology there. I would definitely risk it if I was behind the wheel.
And it looks like some of these drivers and crew chiefs, well, some of the crew chiefs, I hope the drivers aren't paying attention to the broadcast right now, but some of these crew chiefs may be hearing some of the conversation, because it looks like the 10 of Robert Duvendak, the 39 of Jessup, as well as Sean McCarrick, they've kind of slowed their pace down a little bit. They've got about a half a second to the trio in front of them. So maybe those 3 cars electing to get off the gas a little bit, stay in the draft, utilize the draft to get around and use less fuel. Maybe they're already thinking ahead that, hey, we're not coming to pit road.
Yeah, they could be part of their overall strategy. Just fall in line, and wherever you end up is where you end up. Ultimately, stage wins are nice. They're good for championship points, but you definitely want to lock yourself into the chase. So maybe that's what's behind this, behind the eyes here, if you will, and they just want to be safe and get to the end and be right there for a win.
And amazingly right now, Dan, I'm looking through the timing and scoring, and we have got quite a number of cars a lap down. 38 drivers took to today's grid, and we have only got 28 drivers left on the lead lap. As a few of those lead cars hit pit road, Jeff White, Andrew Schroeder, Sean Stevens, Jamie Jessup, and Sean McCarrick all come to pit road. So Robert Duvendak, the lone wolf out there, just in no man's land. Basically, he's going to have to hope if he pits that he can kind of blend in with some pack somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think a 3-car pack here is going to be enough to maintain this race lead for him. And, you know, unfortunately, you probably need 4, 5, 6 cars to kind of keep up pace and keep yourself out front.
Yeah, and it looked like Duvendak was trying to slow down a little bit, trying to get a push from the drivers behind him, but the 91 of Ernie Williams just going a little bit too fast for him, so he gets out of the way, tries to get behind him, tries to utilize the draft, and I think, Dan, what we're seeing right here by Duvendak doing that, I don't think he's planning on pitting. I think he's going to try to stay right here in the draft, try to stay out of the throttle, and try to work this thing all the way to the end. Because if Williams can close the gap to the drivers in front of him, that's going to go in the favor of the 10 of Duvendak. He's going to be able to use even less throttle, keeping the draft. So very interesting. Just when you thought you seen it all, huh? Fuel mileage race in stage number 1. Gotcha.
Right. Check that one off the bucket list. That definitely has to be part of his mental game there, to be that comfortable to know, you know, with him being a veteran of the series, that's got to be part of it. You know, maybe I can just hang back here and sit back 3 or 4 car lengths like he's doing now, and just hang back. And, you know, I mean, 5% off the throttle all the way around 2.5 miles. I mean, that's quite a bit of fuel you're saving. So, you know, 2.5 laps he would save probably over the course of a stage if he could do that the whole way.
Yeah, and I mean, and caution comes out. That's going to change everything. Not seeing what happened. Ben Mashburn actually being shown as going on to pit road. So we'll take a look back here, see what happened with Mashburn real quick. Oh, and there you see some contact. And Mashburn down onto pit road. So there you seen it. That's what it was. There was some contact between a few drivers, catching it a little bit late. Aspen Belvin looks like he was involved. But catching it a little bit late. Caution didn't originally come out because he spun down pit road. But then the admins and officials going ahead and throwing the caution. So I don't know if this helps Duvendak or if this hurts him. But either way, look to see that 10 hit pit road. Or actually, he may stay out because now he could probably definitely make it without saving anymore. I don't know, man. Just take the book. Toss it out the window for me.
Speaking of tossing it out the window, I've seen a couple different paint schemes on some cars here today. The Batman, Mark Mann's kind of gone back to the old vintage car here this evening, running that the old Bat logo there on the front hood.
And oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. My man's back in the Batmobile, and I haven't had it on screen just yet. How dare me? We'll go back here and check him out. Oh, yeah, he is back. The man in black, back on the track once again. Batman himself. There you see him. Man, I've always loved that paint scheme. Everybody out there in the YouTube land, don't hate me. I just love the car.
See several different paint schemes from drivers this week. I'm kind of confused.
Some of them will get you sometimes. That is absolutely for sure. Love Les Levy's paint job out there as well. I'm just gonna put it on the screen for you. It is quite a machine. I'll give you that. It's the Ricky Bobby Cal Naughton Jr.
Yes.
2020 machine. I tell you what, I would love to see and make that happen. That would be a riot for sure.
Oh, that would.
Let's see if we can't get a closer look here, Dan. Let's see if the cameras are willing to work with us.
That's good.
Man, oh man, look at that. Nice and pretty, simple but beautiful.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, well, field under caution for the first time here today at Talladega Superspeedway. Oh, looks like the pace truck wanting to have a little bit of convulsions there. Looks like everything's fine, though. Yeah, I don't know. If you're Duvendak here, I mean, you can probably, more than likely, maybe, definitely, possibly make it without stopping for sure now. But, I mean, do you risk it? You do still have the entire race to make it up if you have to catch a penalty for pitting early if you run out of fuel. And, I mean, if you do, I mean, it's only an end-of-a-line penalty. So, is it really worth the risk?
I think
or isn't it?
Yeah, in his mind, it is worth the risk. You know, he's locked into the chase already, basically. So, with the race win he had a few weeks ago, I think he just send it at this point. I would if I was him.
Yeah, I think I'd send it anyway. I mean, why not? I know some of the drivers behind you may not like that mentality, but I mean, hey, it's my race to throw away if I'm leading it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's
absolutely.
just my kind of opinion there, but it is what it is. Looks like the New York Jets car right there in front of your race leader, Robert Duvendak. I believe he's waiting to get a waiver around. Trying to see who that is, and I believe that is the 47 of Andrew Schroeder, the Jets, Jets. They're trying to get back on the lead lap or something. Not quite sure what's going on with the iRacing timing and scoring. Showing them back in the 31st position, but on the lead lap and in front of the race leader. So, I don't know.
I usually have my my race control and drivers chat turned down here so that I don't get confused. As we see, looks like Andrew Schroeder did get that wave around.
Yes, indeed, and just kind of had to wait for it to happen. I guess iRacing went ahead and updated the timing, but didn't give him the position yet. Had me a little bit confused. I'm sure that's not going to be the first time here, or the last. That is absolutely for sure. I'll put money on that one.
I'll put $1 on it. Was that old guy that I'd buy that for $1?
I have no idea.
It's something off one of those old shows like Hee Haw or something like that.
Well, I tell you what, Dan. Well, we're actually on the one to go, so I won't bother him. We'll see if we get another caution before the stage break here in stage number 1. We may see if we can't pull our pole sitter for today's race. Jimmy Crow up for a brief interview. Got behind the 8 ball there, missed timing some things, and unfortunately didn't get a chance to speak with Mr. Crow before he climbed in the machine to head out there and try to win this thing, try to put it in victory lane at the end of the 94 laps that are scheduled. So we'll see if we can't get to that just a little bit later. But Dan, pace truck 3 and 4, lights out. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing.
Let's go, baby. Send this one into a nice frenzy here.
And I think we're going to see a little bit of a frenzy because these drivers behind them, they've got enough fuel to make it. All of them still look like they're on the same tires. Don't believe anybody took tires. If they did, it was left side tires. So tires going to be pretty much even. We'll wait to see who's got the horsepower and who's got the fuel to make it to the end of stage number 1 as we come around this time by. Going to take the green flag to begin lap number 19. A little bit of a hiccup as Duvendak brings the field back to the stripe. My goodness. Green flag in the air, and we're racing once again here at Talladega Superspeedway. And oh my, there it goes. Calms itself back down. Whew. Gets me a little worried and a little shook when it does that. Field still side by side as Duvendak leads the bottom line, has Rick Seabrands in tow. Logan Helton just behind him, but that outside lane being led by Hunter Reynolds and Cody Ober. They have been strong all race long. Oh, big move back through the field. Looks like we've got a few drivers arguing over some positions. Will Weber right there in the 24 machine, third car outside lane. He's got Josh Milam with him. That 4-car train trying to make their way to the front of the field as they come off turn number 4 for the first time after the restart. Back to the line. Oh, I don't know if he's going to lead back to the line. Looks like Hunter Reynolds may have this one.
Yeah, iRacing shows Hunter Reynolds in the top spot there. And back there in 3 and 4, Derek Conley made a huge move from the top of the racing surface down to the bottom, and he almost took the rest of the field with him. The back end of that car stepped out, and I can't save it when it does that. I don't know how these guys do it. That's just the level between rookie and pro, I guess. I don't know.
Trying to see what these issues are about. Everything looks okay, except for the blinkiness. Wonder what that's all about and where it came from as it disappears just as quick as it reared its ugly head. So we continue green flag racing. We continue coverage, as always, here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Starting to have a little bit of those issues once again. Field still racing hard up at the front. Duveneck with the lead. Seabrands right there, 2 and 3 wide for a moment as they make their way through turns 2.
I believe they have a caution out right now.
And yellow flag flies here for the end of stage number 1. And I believe that's going to go to Hunter Reynolds. Ooh, that's going to be a close one there to decide who had the stage win.
Go back through the instant replay system brought to you by our lovely technology department. See who maybe that was. Run this through here. Get a start finish line shot.
As the field catches back up to the pace car, we'll wait to see and have some confirmation from race control on who the official winner of stage number 1 is. Stage number 1 coming to a conclusion at the end of lap 20 there, Dan, as well as the end of lap 40. So stage number 2 right there, just a few laps away.
That's too close for me to call the end of that stage win there, Dave. We're going to have to leave that one up to the racing gods.
And it looks like the man that is, I believe he ran out of gas. The 10 of Robert Duvendak. He's your stage number 1 winner. So Duvendak doing a good job staying out. The gamble paid off. He hit pit road early to get some fuel in it. He's going to give up some track position, take the penalty for pitting too soon, as pit road has opened up for your leaders this time by. So as the field heads down pit road, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. backtrack side once again as the field begins to get double file. We'll see if we can't catch a word real quick with the driver that walked away with the win here in stage number 1. Let's see if we can't dial up the 10 of Robert Duvendak. It's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. You stayed out, didn't pit, took the penalty. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. Those 10 bonus points are huge.
I like to hear that. Driver confident with his moves right there. Heck yeah, it's worth it. I got me some stage points, man. I'm right here with the field. I like the mentality, my man. What do you think you got here for stage number 2?
I'm going to do the same thing I did first stage. Just honestly, I was just trying to stay at the back, survive the first stage there. I was going to come to pit when everyone did, and there was a big check up on the bottom, which forced me to the high line. And then at that point, I was like, well, I might as well just stay out from here, because I think I was like one of 4 guys who stayed out. So I just decided to stay out and see if I could catch the caution. Looks like I caught it right at the right time, and I was able to stretch it.
All right, my man. Well, I believe the field's got the 1 to go, so we won't keep you any longer. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the car?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I love all of you, and let's go win this race.
There you have it, the driver of the 10 machine out of Alliance Motorsports. Quick to the point and very confident with the decision to stay out. We'll see how the rest of the night goes for him as Logan Hilton takes the lead of the race. 63 elects that inside lane. Chevy Silverado pace truck lights out. It's already off the track. These drivers got a long way to go to get to the restart box. Will Rick Seabrands be on it, or will he get caught sleeping? We'll have to wait and see. Either way, field getting ready to get back to some green flag racing action. Slowly getting there. On the gas is Helton. Seabrands with a good jump. Looks like the outside lane surges forward this time on the restart.
Yeah, we saw last week from the kid there a little bit of late race strategy. Remember when he saved that fast repair for the run toward the end? Got himself a top 3 finish. Could we see another fireworks session out of the kid today, Dave?
Well, if anybody, I don't want to say if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him, but the kid has been on fire since last season. I mean, he has been out there, and if you ask where he is, just you can normally find him right there at the front. We've got some more of the hiccups as the drivers make their way around the track. They should iron themselves right back on out, so do bear with us. Do apologize about it. Everything seems to be okay. Some packet loss or something may be going on. I'm not quite sure about it. Things should iron themselves right back on out as Chase Berry, a little bit of a moment here. Not sure what's going on.
Hey, you have got to stop feeding those gremlins water, Dave.
But they like it.
I know they're cute and fluffy, but they turn into little demons. You just gotta let it go, man.
I'll try. Looks like things slowly starting to calm down, slowly starting to come back to normal. Only got a few of the drivers out there having some little blippy issues for us right now. As Logan Hilton continues to lead the field, Rick Seabrands right there on that outside lane with help just behind him. There's, I don't know, about 10 cars lined up on the outside, 12 to 15 lined up to the inside. So a very long train of cars, and all of these drivers can pretty much make it to the end of stage number 2.
Yep, looks like we're gonna make it with some fuel strategy here in first stage, and gonna let her run on the second stage here. So that's what I like to see. I like to see green flag racing inside to outside, bumper to bumper. Oh yeah, let's go.
Logan Hilton continues to lead at the front of the field with help from the 8 of Cody Ober. Hunter Reynolds right there on the outside with Rick Seabrands. He's got Mark Mann in tow with him. So the 04 make an appearance at the front of the field. Randall Cobb, Will Weber also right there at the front of the field. Jimmy Crow Jr. in the 16. A 4th car inside row. 5th car inside row. I do apologize. So your pole sitter starting to make his way back to the front as well.
Yeah, keeping in mind he was the first car to pit during stage 1, so we'll just see what he's got. He ran a pretty fast qualifying lap there, so I know he's got a strong machine. He's probably shooting for a race win, but a lot of these guys up front got fast cars as well. I imagine we're going to see some stuff out of Rick Seabrans. He got a tough break there at the end of last week's race, and I'm hoping to see him. I think he's going to be my pick today, Dave. Who do you have?
I have nobody. See, because
That's
I've
right.
been around the block long enough to know that you never pick anybody until the checkered flag flies, and then you're never wrong and you never curse anybody. And I believe you have just cursed Batman himself. I believe so, man. I'm telling you.
No, not going to happen.
Oh yeah,
I got-
it's coming.
And he can just blame me later. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean now we got a reason for it.
I got to have a reason for everything, right?
Absolutely, got to have a reason for everything. Logan Hilton continues to lead the field. Rick Seabrand still going up there, challenging with the run on the outside lane, but not quite able to get there. Entire field still basically double file as they make their way across the line. This time by going to head off into turn number 1. Once again, looks like still having a little bit of those issues as we begin lap number 30 out of the 94 scheduled here tonight.
I've got speaking of schedule, I've got a full racing schedule this week, Dave. Got here with you on turn 3 tonight. I got 2 races for sprint cars this week. Man, my heart is full with racing this week.
I hear you. Gonna try one more thing over here on this end, see if that doesn't help clear things up. As of right now, it does look like that's helping. So we'll see if we can't get things all grouped back together for you, get the graphics put back up there on screen. Wait and see if it's willing to cooperate, and it doesn't look like it's quite ready to cooperate at all. My goodness. Now things slowly starting to work themselves back in as we continue green flag racing here at Talladega Superspeedway. Less than 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Here for race number 4 in the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series, presented to you by 4X Graphics.
You know, Dave, if you want to make about a 13-hour drive from the East Coast over here, you're welcome to come use my stuff.
I might have to think about it.
I'm sure you'll get it ironed out.
Yeah, not quite sure what it is, why it's doing it. It's just random as can be. Looking at everything, nothing seems to be an issue. So we'll just have to tough this one out for about another 7 laps or so. See how it all shakes out here for the end of stage number 2. Then we'll try a few things and see if that doesn't fix things on up for us. We'll just have to wait and kind of figure it out as we go.
Mm-hmm. Not looking too bad though. Got a huge pack here. I like it.
Yeah, big pack at the front, and I believe you got to go all the way back to about 20th to reach the first driver, 1 second back from your race leader, Logan Helton, as we continue green flag racing here in stage number 2. Looks like things have ironed themselves back out. We'll try to throw up some of the race graphics here in just a minute, see if that may not be what's causing some issues. We may have to shut some things down and reopen them. You know how that goes sometimes. It's technology, but nonetheless, the kid wanting to dominate stage number 2 here. Nobody electing to come to pit road, and I don't think we'll see anybody come to pit road here in stage number 2. Looks like we've got some 3 wide back in the pack.
Yeah, they're getting dicey back there in the back from about 10th on back. Whew, boys, we got about calm her down a little bit. We got about 10 laps to go here. Oh, hey.
Yeah, but this is when the nerves pick up, when the adrenaline really starts flowing. You know the stage end is coming. You know if you want the points, you gotta go. You gotta treat it somewhat like an end of a race. So you're going to see a little bit bolder moves. The pushes are going to get bigger. The bumps are going to get harder. Big move to the outside now by Connolly He jumps from the bottom all the way up to the top lane. We'll see if that doesn't help Seabrand's chance to get up there and try to take that top spot away from the kid, Logan Hilton. He's led almost every lap here in stage number 2.
Solid as can be, just like the kid should be. Checking out the paint scheme for the number 6 car of Dustin Barber here. That's a sweet looking tribute to an old vintage warplane there. That's pretty sharp. Shout out to his graphic artist. Well done.
Ooh, and it looks like Mark Vega getting hung out to dry in the 3rd lane. A little bit further back through the field, right around the 20th position. As your top 20, they're all right there still with each other, so nobody's really out of this thing just yet as the field comes back across the line. Excuse me, had to sneeze, had to mute the mic there. Do apologize about that one. Coming back across the line once again, still battling for that top spot is Logan Hilton and Rick Seabrands. There you see the graphic back at the top of the screen. And it looks like that may be part of some of the issues. Now that little blinkiness rearing its ugly head once again.
You know, Dave, I'm really glad you're on the other side of the booth and we're practicing social distancing over here because, you know, a couple weeks in a row now you've had that little sniffle and now you're sneezing. I'm pretty sure you might have the COVID, bud. You might want to go get tested.
If I don't, my computer might.
You gave it to your computer. That's what happened.
Probably. I need to put a mask on that thing.
Yeah, we need some filtration.
Absolutely. Stage number 2 coming to an end here in the next few laps as the kid, Logan Hilton, continues to lead the field on that inside lane. Rick Seabrands still trying to take that top spot. Now Josh Milam jumps 3 wide and 3 wide at the front of the field for the lead of the race here, coming to the end of stage number 1. That 3-way battle starting to calm down just a little bit now as the outside. Oh, big moment there. Big moment. I believe that may have been Hunter Reynolds sideways. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he saved that and didn't run into that 6 of Dustin Barber. Barber looking to take over the lead of that outside lane. That's going to leave Rick Seabrands and Mark Mann hanging out to dry in the middle lane. Now Cody Ober comes up to the top. He's going to try to lead that outside lane and try to steal a stage win.
Cody Ober threaded the needle right there. He did not have but a crackers with in between him and Seabrands right there, and he just said, "This is where I'm going, and you're going to get out of the way." And he jumps right to the race lead in front of the kid, Logan Hilton.
And it looks like we had a little bit of our graphics issue there once again. So coming to take lap 39 this time by. So drivers 2 more times around before we will find out who stage number 2 winner is, or who the winner of stage. You know what I was trying to say. Big move back at the front of the field. Logan Hilton side drafting. He's going to take the lead once again. Big push out of the 4 of Seabrands on the back of Randall Cobb. Seabrands going to jump to the bottom with the 63 of Hilton. Those 2 surge to the front. Seabrands not quite clear that outside lane just yet. Not going to be able to pull off the switch. Mark Mann in the 04 right there on Cobb. Now Seabrands goes to the top.
It's getting dicey, Dave. This is the part of the stages and races I love right here. Let's see some bumper grinding and some fender banging. Let's go, boys. Let's give these guys on YouTube a show.
Yeah, this is the part when you're going to see some craziness happen. How does Seabrands get back around that 63, now surging halfway down the back stretch, bumper to bumper, side by side? It's a drag race into 3. Kid with the advantage. Help from the 52 of Cobb. Oh, and that gets Seabrands sideways. Cody Ober pushing like crazy on that 63, and I believe we've had an engine let go back in the pack as Cobb jumps out of line. That's going to slow the middle lane, and big crash behind the race leaders. Oh my goodness, that took out a lot of cars, and the computer just, it needs help. We'll take another look at this one right here. Oh, the 21 of Holloway gets involved. Cobb goes flipping. There goes Derek Connolly flipping as well. Mark Mann, no front clip on his machine. Will Weber backwards through the inside, almost into that inside wall. A lot of drivers involved in this one. The 86 of Donald Stewart, Jamie Jessup, Sean McCarrick, David Booth, Travis Elliott, Chase Berry, all involved in this caution coming to the stripe to end stage number 2. I believe that one's going to go to the 63 of Logan Helton.
It looked like the 7 of Josh Milam just did not know where he really wanted to be. And Will Weber went to make a move off the outside line. Maybe spotter said he was clear and just didn't have a window for him there, and unfortunately collected everybody from 5th on back.
Yeah, no, that's just kind of things that come with the territory at the end of a stage. You're trying to get all you can get, trying to fit the car maybe where you normally wouldn't. I wouldn't say it was anything crazy, but you know, that's just what you can expect as the field comes to pit road, being led by stage number 2 winner, the kid Logan Helton. Everybody gonna follow down pit lane. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. back track side as the field has caught up with that Chevy Silverado pace truck. Lights are out. Field working their way through turn number 3. And your race leader, stage 2 winner, Logan Helton, gonna choose that outside lane for this restart. Look for him and Jimmy Crow to possibly work together here on this restart. Look for Hilton to maybe try to clear and drop down to the bottom to take over the lead of that inside lane pace truck. Down and away this time. So we'll get set to fire off the long stint now coming. These drivers have about close to 50 or so laps. You know, give me 1 or 2. I can't count.
Math.
Yeah, I can't math well. I can't math well. Field coming back to the restart box, though, Dan, and green flag flies once again here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Logan the Kid Helton jumps out to the early race read, and just like you called it, Dave, dropped down in front of Jimmy Crow there, looking for some help from his teammate there. Perfect way to start this race. Good move by him. I wonder why he chose the outside lane there. Maybe it was just part of team strategy or something.
I believe that had everything to do with it. A little bit of team strategy. Get a familiar pusher behind you. Those two have worked together for a very long time. Well, very long time, at least a year or two. Jimmy Crow and the Kid, Logan Hilton, being a dynamic duo. The Kid taking OP Racing by storm last season. And Cody Ober with a heck of a job to use the surge on the outside lane to be able to drop down in front of the Kid and take the lead of the race. Josh Milam in his 7 now looking to try to take that top spot away. He leads the outside lane with help from the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 78 of Donald Stewart, and right there Rick Seabrand's in the mix at the front, 4th car inside a row. So we've got a mixed bag of tricks up here at the front of the field.
Cody Ober is very strong on that outside line. We saw that at the end of stage 2 there, where he made a move cutting up in front of Rick Seabrand's there with about 3 laps to go before the end of the stage. But once he gets to that bottom lane, his car is not very strong. I wonder if that's just some kind of handling issue once he gets down toward the apron there, because as soon as he cut down in front of Hilton, then we have a caution.
Looking back, and it looks like I believe Rob Connors may have been involved in this latest one. We'll back it up, get some eyes on Connors there. You see that machine smoking on in the tri-oval. So definitely some contact. We'll take a look back with the replay, see what we see. There you see the 00, and just a little bit of a misjudgment out of the 84, and that sends Connors around and hard into that outside wall. We'll see if we can't get another look. Oh, and there you see it. Oh, and hard impact, and I believe Ernie Williams caught up in this one as well. Kind of a victim of circumstance. We'll take one more look back here. There you see the push just a little off center, and around the 00 goes into Ernie Williams and hard into that outside wall. Man, that is a tough lick to watch that 00 take.
My man Ernie Williams getting caught up in that one. Hey.
Yeah, that is it's a tough thing to watch and a tough thing to see, especially when it's not of your doing. When there's nothing you can do about it, it doesn't make it feel any better. I can assure you that.
I think the only thing worse is when, one of your family pets decides it's time to be called home.
I call for my cat all the time, but she never listens. She just looks at me like, shut up, and walks the other way.
That's a cat for you. What's your cat's name?
Oh, I thought it was just Cat. Hey, Cat.
No.
Actually, London.
London.
My 4-year-old named her London about 2 years ago.
Nice. I have a 26-pound Maine Coon cat. His name is Bubba.
I have no idea what you even just said.
It's a very large cat that looks like a bobcat. He's huge.
All right. Well, onto some
stuff.
great things. let's see if we can't break in to the racing channels. Let's see if we can't grab the driver that walked away with the win in stage number 2. Let's see if we can't steal Logan Hilton for just a brief moment. It's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my man. Getting the job done out there. Pretty much dominating stage number 2. You led pretty much the entire stage, walking away with the stage win. How's the car feeling out there at the front?
It's feeling really good, especially in the clean air. It feels really stable, even whenever people are pushing me, and I feel really comfortable behind other cars that I can push them pretty hard as well. Nothing to really complain about. I like how the car feels.
Going back to that latest restart there to begin the final stage, was the move to go to the outside to a little bit of team strategy to get you down in front of your teammate, and maybe you two can control the race from there?
Yes, that's what I thought would be a good idea, because I know that Cody was really good at pushing me the last stage, so I thought if I went high, maybe he could push me clear of Jimmy, and then I could drop down, but he didn't even need to, because I got a good enough restart that I could get in front of Jimmy, so that worked out.
All right, my man. Well, we won't keep you much longer. Field should be getting the one to go this time, so we do appreciate you taking a brief moment here to talk to us up in the Turn 3 Racing Network production booth. Before we let you go, though, Logan, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Yeah, thanks to my friends and family that are watching, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for being on the car, and my team, Checkered Flag Motorsports, and you guys for putting on the broadcast.
All right, Dan. Well, there you had it. Very monotone, very focused, always the Kid. And I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep that moniker, the Kid, because he races light years above what I'm led to believe what his age is. I don't quite know how old he really is, but with a nickname, the Kid, I mean, you can't be that old.
He definitely is not older than me.
Well, I mean, you and Moses are very close, so I mean, hey.
The only difference between me and him is he can part water. I separate the beer cap from the bottle. That's about as good as I get.
It's not quite water into wine, but hey, to each his own.
Yep.
Well, Field taking the long journey down the backstretch. Pace truck lights are out, so we will get back to green flag racing this time by. Do want to take a moment here to thank everybody stopping by here on the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Thank you for joining myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, as well as my good buddy, the Postman Dan, sending it all the time. Thank you for joining us each and every time you do. Whether it's either one of us or any of the other guys back at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we do appreciate each time you stop by. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And to all the viewers that stop by week in and week out, big shout-out to you. Thanks for all the support. Look out for some great things coming from Turn 3 Racing Network here in the near future. And look out for some great racing action, because we're going to get back to green flag racing this time by. We'll drop the green flag to begin lap 49. And there's, I don't know how many laps. I can't count that high. Maybe 40-something or somewhere around that range.
40 plus. 44, actually, when we take the green flag.
See, that's why I got you. You know how to work the calculator. Hey. I don't even know how to turn the thing on. It's solar powered, and I don't even understand it.
Maxine Grimes on the YouTube just said Logan turned 16.
Definitely the Kid. My daughter's almost 16, but green flag back in the air. Cody Ober with a great start on that outside lane. Not able to clear the Kid just yet. He's still getting pushed by that 26 of Hunter Reynolds, but Reynolds not being able to push Ober clear. Inside lane, going to surge forward this time by halfway down the backstretch. Milam all over that 63's bumper.
Yeah, Milam's had a good race so far. Hopefully he can keep up this momentum and, get some championship points under his belt. It's a good-looking race car, too. I love my paint schemes. I love my paint schemes, Dave.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool paint schemes out here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. And Dana, something we haven't done yet, we haven't given the viewers something that they generally ask for, generally love, and I know I love it just as much as they do. What do you say we mute the mics for just a moment and step down trackside for a little, turn it up?
Let's do it, baby. Send it.
Man, I love when we get to do that. Gosh, I love that. It's so great. Great sounds and sights from Talladega Super Speedway here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Logan Hilton continues to lead the field down on the inside lane. Cody Ober right behind him. Rick Seabrands and that familiar 4 Yeti paint scheme right there. Third car inside lane. Josh Milam trying to take the long way around, trying to take that high side to the front of the field. He's got Hunter Reynolds and Donald Stewart in tow. Randall Cobb in the 52. Fourth car in a line on the top side. Wes Levy right there behind him in the 62. And it looks like, Dan, we've still got our top 16 all within 1 second of each other. And heck, it looks like most of the field all within 2 seconds of each other. Got to go all the way back to 27th to find a driver that's over 2 seconds back behind your race leader.
That tells me that these drivers are getting comfortable. If we look back to, week one, same racetrack here at the Dega Super Speedway, I don't think we had, more than 10 cars in the same pack. So it tells me these drivers are getting comfortable. They've shaken the cobwebs off from last season. We're seeing a lot of moves during these big pack green flag runs that first week we didn't really see.
Yeah, and throwing up the battle box up there for the battle for the first position. And there you see, not even a tenth is what separates 3, 4, 5 drivers from each other. They are all right there, all over each other. And it looks like Mark Vega said he's had enough. He's going to the high side. The Harry Gant, high, wide, and handsome. That 18 Camry moving to the front inside the lane. Looks like it's starting to gain the control. Middle lane kind of just disintegrated all of a sudden.
It did. It just, like the Death Star, just kind of, exploded on itself there.
Yeah, that 3-wide action started to happen. Mark Vega started to make his way towards the front, and in that middle lane just kind of disintegrated, deteriorated, and went away. And now Vega finds himself leading, well, still the outside lane, but no longer the third lane, now just in the middle lane as he tries to take the lead away, still not able to get by that 63 of Helton, as Ober has been glued to his bumper since the restart.
Yeah, Vega came from about 12th in about half a lap there. And when we get to the start-finish line, he may lead this lap, Dave.
I don't know. It's going to be close. I think Helton is going to get it at the stripe by an eyelash.
What did we determine an eyelash was? Was it, 1,000th? Is that what we said it was?
I think it was, a 1,000th difference in the finish of last week's race at Daytona. Yeah, that's just how close it usually is, and something I'm starting to see, and it's a trend that we have seen over many, many races here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series presented by 4X Graphics. That inside train of cars getting longer and longer, Dan. Looks like some of these drivers getting ready to set themselves up for what could be their final stop in the race under green flag conditions. If we get a caution late, that's going to throw everybody's strategies out the door. But typically when we see that long train of cars on the inside, some teams are trying to strategize and get ready to come to pit road.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense here. We took the green flag coming to lap 49. So, with what we saw during the stages with the pit stops, anywhere between, 13 to lap 20, we should start seeing some green flag pit stops here. So I'd say next time around we'll see a few cars come by.
I do want to go through the field, show a little bit of love for the drivers not on screen the entire time. They're still right here at the front. We're going to go back outside of the top 10, running in 11th right now, the 52 of Randall Cobb. Eric Carline right there in his 22 machine in 11th. 12th, Les Levy. Andrew Schroeder right there in 13th. Jimmy Crow, after taking the pole for today's race, finds himself in the 14th spot. 15th will be Dave Hunt. Sean McCarrick now taking the 15th spot, putting Dave Hunt back to 16th. Robert Duvidak, stage 1 winner, back there in the rear of the field right now, running in 17th. He's a whole 0.3 of a second off of your race leader. A whopping 0.3.
A whole 6 eyelashes.
Yes, I don't know how he's ever going to overcome this.
He might have a hard time. He may have to have a few beers after the race to calm his sorrows.
And I can't believe, I don't want to say I can't believe, but still fighting up there. Not electing to try to grab a free spot down there on the inside lane. Mark Vega and Travis Elliott continue to run at the front of the field in that outside lane. Help slowly arriving on the scene with 4 or 5 cars lined up. Looks like we've got some drivers hitting pit road this time by, so look for the pit stops to start coming into play. Looks like we've got 5 drivers on the pit road: Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, Derek Conley, Dave Hunt, Will Weber, all on the pit road that time by. So it looks like pretty much all of FSR hitting pit road as a team together, and that's going to leave Mark Vega high and dry on the outside as Elliott decided to drop down to that inside lane, maybe getting ready for a pit stop this time by.
Yeah, but look how strong Vega is. He's not going to be able to hold it out there very long, but, I mean, he's got a super tough race car.
Yeah, a very, very good race car underneath that 18 or around the 18, however you want to say it. To be the only car out there and stay with him, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and coming where he made that run on the outside there, I was super impressed with that. He was coming like a big black long train, man, and just went right up there, right where he needed to be.
And with about 31 laps remaining, these drivers they're going to have to hit pit road again. This is not going to be their final pit stop. They're going to have to hit pit road once again. We had about 4 or 5 drivers hit pit road that time by. Jimmy Crow, Logan Hilton, Cody Ober, Les Levy, Donald Stewart, and Anthony English all onto pit road. Randall Cobb also onto pit road that time. We've still got 14 drivers, I believe, yet to hit pit road. So still a lot of cars now. Rick Seabrand's going to lead the next group of cars down. Oh, big moment on the brakes. Oh, my goodness. Mark Vega almost had a little help there. I'm not quite sure what the number is right there behind Vega. Maybe Greenway. I'm not quite sure, but big time checkup and on the brakes as a ton of drivers hit pit road this time by. That's going to put the field in the hands of Daniel Holloway. The 27 of Sean Stevens running in second, and they're the only 2 drivers yet to hit pit road.
You know, Dave, I just realized something. I'm kind of sad now.
What did you do?
I'm missing my Hoosier Racing Tire purple car today.
Oh, yeah. That's Holloway and Stevens break for pit road. I am so sad that you do not have your Hoosier purple tire scheme. I about said yellow. your Hoosier purple yellow.
Hoosier purple yellow.
And caution has come out. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Caution has come out. Looks like the 91 of Ernie Williams may have been involved. We'll take a look here. Looks like Williams trying to get off of pit road in contact with another car into the outside wall. Ooh, my goodness. Williams is not going to be a fan of that one. Ooh, that is some hard impact, and that is going to more than likely put an end to the night. Try to look above, see what we see here. Oh, looks like he got a little bit loose, and oh, my goodness. Jeff Wyatt just kind of hooks that 91 of Ernie Williams and into the outside wall he goes. That's going to hurt his chances and hurt his day for sure. But nonetheless, we'll rejoin the front of the field back up behind the pace car with your race leader, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. He was able to get on pit road and get off of pit road before the field could catch him. So, your front row going to look a little different.
Good for Daniel Holloway there. I think that's he should buy a lottery ticket after this race. You know, maybe hit up the local speedway there and get yourself one of them $20 scratch offs. You know.
Yeah,
lucky break.
Yeah, you might be lucky now, but let's wait and see how lucky he is. If he wins this thing after a move like that, I may hit him up for some lottery numbers then. It's still a very long way to go, though, Dan. We've got about right at the 30 laps to go, 29, I believe, when we cross the line this time by. So under the 30 lap to go mark, we're about 6 laps or so away from being in the fuel window for these drivers. So this caution could could get us inside of that window to go to the end, but keep in mind we do have green-white checkers. That would just get you to the end. That wouldn't give you enough for a green-white checker, and nobody wants to pit come green-white checker time.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker when you have to do that, because unfortunately with the long lines of cars and passing at a premium, if you have to pit before a green-white checker, that's going to put you at the tail and pretty much eliminate your chances at scoring a race win, let alone a top 10.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to end up that way. But I tell you what, let's see if we can't. We're under caution, just having a good time. Let's see if we can't hit some of the driver radio channels up. Let's see if we can't get in a word with your race leader at the current moment, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. It's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do, guys.
Hey, man, pit strategy kind of working out for you there. The caution came out right when you were coming to pit road, so able to make your pit stop, get back out there on the track, and reassume the race lead. Did you think it was going to go that smooth for you?
I knew I had about a gallon and a half of the fuel, because I was doing a little pit strategy, trying to change something. I was been floating in the top 10, and got to do something a little bit different. Try something pitch strategy, and I think it would have worked. Too bad it didn't go green all the way. Maybe that might have helped me out.
Well, do what they ain't and run where they're not, I guess, is the strategy of the day, because multiple other drivers kind of trying to use that same strategy earlier in the race. It's got you in some great track position. How close are you on fuel, or can you not tell me?
I think regardless, everybody has to pit at least one more time. I don't think a full tank, but close to it.
All right, my man. Well, I believe the field should receive the one to go this time by, so we won't keep you much longer. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody that's on either side of that car, whether it's the kisses or the Reese's?
Everybody loves this car with the yin-yang type, but I'd like to thank my teammates. I got Sean up here in second. Cody's been running strong. Alex Green, he's about mid-pack. Harrington just cannot catch a break, but my teammates and you guys, turn 3, broadcasting, and all the fans that are watching, family too.
All right, my man. Well, good luck and elbows up.
Thanks, guys.
There you have it, driver of the 21 machine, and let's see if we can't get him back in the right room. That's going to be the
GOP, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. There it is, right there. I found it. See, just give me some time. I'm slow with everything. That's how it is sometimes. I just didn't scroll far enough. Darn it.
At least we're not used to having those guys, so far down the list, be up front here. So it's nice to see a little change of color, get some fresh paint schemes on the broadcast.
Well, Holloway last year, he made a bit of a splash last year, had some great runs last year. This year, I know it's very early in the season, only 3 races in the books, but hasn't made quite a big, kind of a drop in the puddle so far this year, not getting the finishes that he would want. But nonetheless, finding a way, and you heard it from him, he did what they weren't doing. And that's exactly what Robert Duvendak did to win stage number 1. That's exactly what the kid Logan Hilton did to win stage number 2. And by not moving from that bottom lane where other drivers were trying to jump to the top and then back to the bottom and things of that nature. So looks like that may be the theme. Just do what everybody else doesn't.
That seems to be the theme in all racing. Same on dirt. Run where everybody else isn't.
Absolutely. Now the Chevy Pace truck finally gets completely out of the way. And for the first time here tonight, Daniel Holloway gonna bring the field back to the green flag. We'll begin lap 68 when the green flag flies. Waiting to get on the gas is that 21 of Holloway, the Hershey Kiss Reese's machine out there leading the field. That Chevy Z01 Camaro, confused about which one it wants to be, but I would eat either one. He is eating on the bugs up at the front of the field right now. Big push from Donald Stewart has got that inside lane to now make it 3 cars clear from that high side.
Excellent restart from Holloway there. Great job.
And it looks like the kid of Logan Helton was out there hugging the outside wall. There you see him. I believe that is Hunter Reynolds that is in tow with Logan Helton a little further through the field. They're flirting right up next to that outside wall. Look for them to make a charge back to the front of the field. As I've already said, we're under 30 laps to go. So these drivers know it's go time. They all know that just a handful of laps is going to get them inside their fuel window. So we may see some very quick pit stops here in this final stage.
Yeah, maybe a splash of fuel and a little splash and go action and try to get these guys to the end. I think they're not gonna take too many tires. I think it takes too long to, maybe some outsides where you can run that outside lane that doesn't have quite as much grip as the bottom.
Yeah, now, I've seen a lot of drivers take just left sides because it's a little quicker time. The pit crew doesn't have to go all the way around the right side, but I've also seen drivers take no tires, which can be pretty treacherous. You would think a track like this, tires aren't going to come into play, as we see Mark Vega duck out of line, looking peeking, but he ducks back in line. You wouldn't think the tire wears too bad, but once you come to pit road, you get on the brakes pretty decently, heat those rubbers up, getting to your box, and then getting back going. It can be pretty rough, and I've seen it from a few drivers, not going to say anybody, Dave, but spin around after not taking any tires, trying to get back up to speed.
Yeah, when rubber gets hot, it gets slick. That makes it tough to stop a race car from 200 miles an hour in such a short little window coming to pit road there. So, you're absolutely right. I'll agree with you on that.
And it looks like we may see drivers already jockeying for position is set up for what could be their final pit stop. We've seen Rick Seabrands as well as 2 other drivers on that outside lane. As soon as a gap opened up, they ducked right down on that bottom lane. So look for some green flag pit stops here in the next, I would probably say, 5 laps or so. These drivers going to try to set themselves up for at least one green, white, checkered, or at least that's what I would probably be asking my crew chief is, give me at least enough for 1 attempt at green, white, checkered, because we have seen green, white, checkered flags here at Talladega Superspeedway more than not.
Yeah, the first race of the season, I believe we had 3. The second race, we had 2. I believe we had 2 last week as well. So, as the race goes on here and maybe a late caution will fly, these drivers are definitely going to have to know that they're good on fuel with the green, white, checkered. I'm just kind of watching the 18 of Vega here, and he seems like he has the strongest race car anywhere he wants to be.
Yeah, he can pretty much just point that M&M's Toyota Camry wherever he wants, and it seems to just go. And when it goes, it moves. I know that sounds ridiculous or redundant, but I mean, when he points to the car and says, "I'm going to the front," he goes to the front. And it looks like right now, Randall Cobb doing a little bit of blocking. I don't want to say it's blocking too much. Vega looks like he peeks out there to possibly go 3 wide, and then Cobb just kind of floats up a little bit like, not quite yet, not ready for you to do it.
Yeah, Cobb's definitely doing a little mirror driving there. He knows that Vega is fast, and I tell you what, though, I think I'd rather have a little faster race car behind me than I would in front of me.
Yeah, and actually looking through the timing and scoring here, Dan, it looks like our top 20 drivers all within 1 second of each other. I mean, that is, you snap your fingers in about 1 second. Just imagine 20 of these cars lined up, and they go past you as quick as you can snap your fingers.
I love that. I have been to Talladega twice in my life, and there is nothing cooler than just seeing a blur go from left to right. Amazing.
Well, I can tell you the few times I have been privileged enough to go to Talladega Superspeedway, the cars weren't just the blur. The whole weekend was an absolute blur. Talladega Boulevard, I tell you what, frat parties, college parties, they have nothing on Talladega Boulevard. As we've got a lead change up at the front. Sean Stevens, car up the hill. Contact. Ooh, caution coming out. Looks like Aspen Belvin involved. Travis Elliott, Will Weber, Andrew Schroeder, Rick Greenway, Travis Elliott, all involved in this one. We'll take a look back, see what happened here with that 84. And, there it was, contact between Dave Hunt and not quite sure who that was in the inside wall. But then hard impact for Belvin in Will Weber. We'll take another look, see if we can't see who that was. Ooh, I just can't make out that number. But that was a bit crazy. Ooh, big hit.
Taking a look through.
And Aspen Belvin, he hit the outside wall and almost threaded the needle all the way back through. Very, very close to actually making it out of that crash with pretty minimal damage. But unfortunately, a little bit more contact, and yeah, that's all she took. And I believe, no, that's not Daniel Harrington. Who is that? Trying to find who that is right there. Andrew Schroeder involved, but that's not who it was. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a heads up from the team here momentarily. But either way, this has opened up a new can of worms, if you will. 20 laps remaining, 19 when we cross the line this time by. So everybody going to be able to make it to the end on fuel in the official race distance. But we could have quite a few more laps after that. 3 green-white checkered attempts here in the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series. So drivers still not completely safe if we have to use all 3 of those green-white checkered finishes.
I think that's going to be one of the key factors in who wins this race is who has the fuel to make it that far. I think we're going to see one more big caution before we get to those green-white checkers. What do you think, Dave?
Well, looking back through the book, looking back at some of the more recent Talladega Superspeedway races we've had here in the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics, Dan, we've had a caution fly with less than 10 to go, and we've had, out of the last 5 races, 3 of them need at least 1 attempt at a green-white checkered. So I think we can bank on seeing that yellow flag fly again. I know some of the fans, I know some of the drivers aren't really fans of the yellow flags. Fans aren't fans of yellow flags. But, I mean, to some extent we are, because everything gets grouped back together, and the intensity level just goes up each time you have a restart, because the drivers know, especially at this point, this isn't for a stage win anymore. This is for all the marbles. This is for a spot in the chase, basically. So it's fun to watch. Restarts are awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
unless you spin the
doesn't?
tires, then restarts
it's
no
not.
bueno.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know how there's 2 colors on roulette, Dave? You got red and black. Well, I'm gonna go with green and yellow for this one, and I'm gonna double down and go $100 on yellow before the end of this race.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can't take your money. First off, I wanna say, where's your driver? You had a driver picked out to win today's race a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Gave you a little bit of flack about picking one so early, but where's your driver now?
He's hanging tough. Rick Sebren's in the 4 machine there, the Yeti sponsored blue number 4. Chevy Camaro. He's sitting 4th place right now. So, you know, Hall of Famer, veteran move. I think he's just biding his time here. Still feeling the flow. I know he's comfortable right where he needs to be, and he knows what he's got to do to get this race win done. So, and it looks like he'll have the 10 of Duvendak back there pushing him. So, I just hope that that curse does not affect him in any way.
Well, I mean, you had a pretty safe pick there for the race win. I mean, you can't quite go against the Richard Petty of OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series. You know, that's pretty good little pretty good pick. I mean, that's like, well, not quite like picking Kyle Busch in a truck race, but basically, I mean, you know, you can pretty much expect him at the front, especially when the payday is at hand.
And, you know, I have this superstition that I usually during dirt track races, you know, whether it be sprint cars or midgets or anything like that, I always pick the guy on the outside of row number 2 that started the feature to win the race. Guess where Rick Seabrans is starting for this restart?
Well, it looks like it'll be second car outside row.
That's right, buddy.
Well, we've seen that high line come into play. We've seen drivers use the push to get to the bottom and take the lead of the race. But I don't know if Holloway's gonna give up that easily. I mean, he's got Sean Stevens in tow. Those two drivers not known to be partners with working with each other. Donald Stewart now in the 78. He's got a shot to get up there and lead the race, take the race lead. So a lot of things still can happen with 18 laps to go here at a track like Talladega Superspeedway. Everything happens in a blink of an eye. And in a blink of an eye, we'll get set to go back green flag racing once again when we take this restart. Gonna have 17 laps to go.
Yeah, I believe Holloway's gonna. He led quite a few laps last week, so we haven't seen the last of Holloway for this one.
On the gas and a great restart in that outside lane by the 78 of Donald Stewart. He was gassed up and ready to go. Seabrand's not to his bumper yet. I think if Seabrand's may have gotten a better start, Stewart might be inching in front of the 21 of Holloway for the race lead, but nonetheless, Holloway now surging back forward on that inside lane. Outside lane now pulling back dead even. Drag race down the backstretch as the cars head off into turn number 3.
I believe I misspoke there on that restart. I was speaking of the 78 of Donald Stewart about leading those laps last week, so I don't imagine we've seen the last of him.
I don't think we've seen the last of a lot of these drivers, because look who is third car inside row. The kid has found a way back to the front of the field, and look who's just behind him. Ricky Bobby Cal Naughton Jr. 2020 Les Levy driving his car to the front of the field. The Ricky Bobby Foundation for people challenged to go fast. Great showing out there for that 62 crew.
Yeah, absolutely. Les had a couple rough weeks here to get the season started, so it's good to see him with a solid run in the top 10 here, and you know, Cody over to his outside. It's good to see him up there as well in the Autism sponsored car.
Yeah, and I tell you what's good to see. We're about ready for 15 laps to go. So, I mean, in the blink of an eye, this thing's going to be over, and we've got basically, I mean, I guess if you can call a plate track a short track Saturday night shootout. I mean, 15 laps to go, not a lot of time, even though it is a 2.5 mile track. 15 laps can come and go very, very fast, and I wonder who's going to be ready to jump 3 wide. We haven't seen a ton of 3 wide action yet here today at Talladega Superspeedway. Mark Vega benefiting from some 3 wide moves, but haven't really seen the 3 wide battles take place just yet as Holloway surges forward from help from Sean Stevens. Donald Stewart still out there leading that outside lane. Rick Seabrand's right there with him, but will Duvendak and Seabrand's work together and open up that third lane? We'll wait and see.
I'm going to go ahead and make the call here with the 7 car of Josh Milam. I think he's going to make this move to the outside within 2 or 3 laps here. He's had a strong car all day. He's got a veteran of Hunter Reynolds back there pushing him. I imagine you're going to see him make a move here within a couple laps.
And going to check on a little bit more of the field. Going to go back here around the 17th position. And you can find that 04 of Batman himself. Mark Mann right there running just behind Rob Connors. Has Dustin Barber, Dave Hunt, Randall Cobb back there in the pack with him. A lot of good drivers back here. Martin Traffic, Jimmy Reynolds, Sean McCarrick, David Booth, Chase Berry also behind the field just a little bit now, but still out there giving it their all. We've still got, I believe, Dan, we've still got 29 drivers on the lead lap out of the 38 that took to the starting grid. That is a heck of a number.
Yeah, that's about twice probably what we had last week. So these drivers are definitely getting comfortable. It's going to make for some great racing here through the mid part of the season, and I imagine we have not seen the last half of this pack, for lack of better words there. But there's some great drivers back here in the back. You know, you mentioned Batman. He had a rough week last week, so it's nice to see him running with the lead pack. And as we come to the start-finish line here, and the 21 machine of Daniel Holloway leads the lap again.
Yeah, and looking through the timing and scoring, and it looks like we're seeing some of the earlier race leaders slowly make their move back up towards the front. Mark Vega, he's knocking on the door of the top 10. Cody Ober now sitting in 10th. Hunter Reynolds right there in 9th. Logan Helton in 5th. Rick Seabrand's 4th. I mean, Robert Duvendak, he's back there at the front of the field once again, knocking on the door of the top 5. So your stage 1 winner, your stage 2 winner, also right there. Basically, both of them in the top 5, running 5th and 6th.
And that's part of that's part of their mental strategy. That's right where they want to be. You know, the last couple races, we've seen a caution late where, you know, top 5, 6 cars get away, and everybody else behind those top 5, top 6 cars get collected. So, late race charge here, maybe from a couple of these veteran drivers.
Late race charge may be in order for a few of these drivers. I think if you're somewhere back there around Hunter Reynolds in the 9th or 10th spot, like Cody Ober, maybe Derek Connolly in the 11th spot, or possibly even the 15 of Alex Green running in 12th. If you've got the opportunity to jump lanes, maybe create a middle lane in between these two, if they wash up the track a little bit, or if you got the run, maybe make it a 3 wide situation. I think the time is coming here in the next lap or two. If you're going to make a run from it from that deep in the field, if you're 10th on back, you need to start that track towards the front now, because it's not going to happen in a half a lap. It's not going to happen in 1 lap. You're going to need a lap or 2 to get the momentum and the numbers built up to try to go up there and lead the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll agree with that 100%. Unless your name's Mark Vega and you can run from 12th to 2nd in half a corner like he did earlier, as I just watched him go from the inside lane to the outside. He is running about a half a car higher than everyone else and picking up ground on the cars in front of him. So don't count Mark Vega out of this one either.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's just keeping it cool or if it really is an aerodynamic advantage when the 18 does that. I think it's a little bit of maybe all of it. Maybe gets a little bit more air on that left front, so it stays glued to the track in the corners a little bit, keeping it cool as well. And then also serves as a little peek to see if anybody behind you is going to go, or if anybody's in front of you mirror driving, maybe going to jump out there with you, as Milam gets a little bit loose in that 7 car off of turn number 2. He's able to slot in still behind the 10 of Robert Duvendak. So we're still double file pretty much the entire way through the field. And your stage winners side by side down the back stretch. And coming around the tri-oval, I do apologize, but your stage winners, both the 3rd car back in their respective lines.
Yeah, I'm still keeping my eye on the 7 machine of Milam here and watching Vega as well, just darting back and forth between those two guys. they're kind of getting impatient here. They know they have to go, and we have about 8 or 9 laps here to come. So if you're going to make your move, you got to do it within a lap or two here.
And we're getting right at that point where we're known to see that final caution flag fly, and I wonder if that's going through any of these drivers' heads. Maybe let me stick this out another lap or two before I make this move. Caution is normally somewhere right in this next lap or two range, so maybe some of the drivers not willing to test the waters just yet, maybe trying to get by the jinxed lap, if you will, as it looks like the double O of Rob Connor's looking 3 wide.
Dave, could we possibly go to an in-car from an inside line car here? I want to see what these drivers see, from about 10th on back. I don't believe that you can see past the car, 2 cars in front of you. So if something happens with these drivers in the back that's in front of them, you can't see anything.
And I believe we can accommodate. I believe there you have it right there on board with the driver of the 16, Jimmy Crow. He's running in the 13th spot right now. And, I mean, you get a little bit, but once he gets right there on the bumper, oh my, you can barely even read the bumper.
Yeah, you can't see anything in front of you. And so if these top 5 guys can keep it nice and tight and not collect the rest of the field when they're going for the race win here with about 5 to go, look at Mark Vega step out of line there. He's got to have some help. You got to get some help, Mark. You got to make sure, buddy. Come on, you got this though.
And I think it's been quite a while here, Dan, since we've seen 20-plus drivers all in the lead pack coming to the end of the race. This is going to be one heck of a finish if it stays this way. We thought we seen some craziness in a close race last week. I think we're fixing to see one that's a little bit crazier as the field still double file, making their way around the car a little bit behind the weather, I'll just call it. A little bit off pace there. Hugging the outside lane. Field's going to go by on the inside. No harm, no foul for anybody. Big wiggle out of the 10 of Duvendak as Milam jumps to the outside with help from Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, he's got a 2-car help there. So if we can get one more car to get up there to help that top lane, I imagine you'll see a nice run out of that line of cars there.
And I mean, that's some pretty good pushers. Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley. That's some good pushers. Oh, and contact. Seabrans goes around. Big crash at the front of the field. Mark Vega, Cody Ober also involved in this one. My goodness. We'll take a look back, see where it all started from. Hunter Reynolds involved in this one as well. My goodness, that caught a lot of good cars up. So we'll take a look back with the turn 3 replay.
I'm sorry, Rick. Sorry, pal.
And first thought was, I'm sorry. That is awesome. It looks like a little bit of an untimely bump there from Hunter Reynolds on the bumper of Josh Milam. We'll take one more look at it here. There you see Milam getting a little sideways into the side of the 4, and then carnage and chaos. A lot of drivers involved. A lot of drivers with some heavy damage here late in the race for the Dega 250 here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series, presented to you by 4X Graphics. And Dan,
looks like you owe me $100.
It looks like you are not allowed in the casino with me.
At least somebody's a winner. I'll take that title greatly.
And I mean, you were almost so clear. Almost.
Horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend.
That's right. Tough break there for the 4 of Seabrands. He's got the fast repair in hand, so gonna have to come from a little bit further in the field. The chances of winning the race a little bit slimmer now, but nonetheless, as long as he's got the horses fired underneath that hood, we'll have a slight chance. And I mean, hey, you never know what's going to happen on this restart. We could see we could see this thing go all the way to our third green, white, checkered. So if some of the drivers that had some issues earlier have a few more here in these next few attempts at a green, white, checkered, you never know. Seabrands could still be in the catbird seat by the end of this thing.
Yeah, and if you want to be in a seat, that's the one you definitely want to be in, especially when you got some help pushing you. So we'll see what happens.
And I want to highlight some strategy real quick. I mean, it has absolutely worked for that 21 of Daniel Holloway.
Yes.
Great timing on his pit stop. The caution came out, put him at the front of the field, and he hasn't left since. He's been right there at the front, pretty much leading the race or within second place. I mean, inside the top 3 since that decision. So the track position being king here today at Talladega Superspeedway, normally we wouldn't think a plate race would necessarily be about the track position.
Right. We've seen that the last 3 weeks to where, the guy out front is not the guy that usually wins the race. It's usually the guy that, third, fourth, fifth, sixth on back maybe. But I know 2 things for certain, Dave. I'm going to owe Rick Seabrans a moons over my hammy from Denny's. And if Daniel Holloway wins this race, I'm probably going to have him buy me a lottery ticket from the Speedway up the street.
I mean, it might be worth it. That might be worth it.
I mean, I'll take a case of beer. I mean, whatever I can get from a race winner, it'll be perfectly fine.
Do want to take a brief moment here while we find ourselves under caution once again here at Talladega Superspeedway to remind all the fans, friends, family, viewers here tonight with us how the rest of the race is looking over the next 3 weeks. There you see it on the bottom right-hand side. Round number 5, we head back to Daytona. Round 6, we will visit the Legacy track. Once again, the bumpy old Daytona. Then right back here once again for round number 7 at Talladega Superspeedway. So keep an eye out and go ahead and mark your calendars. Or I tell you what's even better, if you click the bell right there and on the page, you get this great little ping anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Much easier to keep up with all the great racing action here provided by the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. So, go ahead if you haven't already. Click the bell, smash subscribe, click the bell, whatever. You know what it is.
Just do it all. Do it all.
Do it all and do it all at one time.
Yes.
You got 2 hands.
Yeah. Just a little shout out for myself here. I ran a league called Madness in May with some dirt friends of mine, and that's how I found the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's not just us. It's not just the Postman Dan here and Darkside Dave in the booth. There are several other series, including dirt, road courses, things like that on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So if you like what you see here, make sure you give a like, subscribe, just like Dave said. There's a little share button there. You can send it to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. These guys work hard. We work hard, so you don't have to.
Exactly. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself, and if I could have, I probably would have mucked it all up.
That's why I'm here.
Well, we've got ourselves our first attempt at a green, white, checkered. This will be our first official attempt at a green, white, checkered field, making their way off of turn number 4 behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Let's see if this is the one and only, or if we're going to need another one. I'm going to go with this is it. We're going to come to the green flag and stay green flag for the rest of the race. Your race leader, Donald Stewart, will bring the field back to the green flag. He elects the inside lane. Is that the lane to be in? We'll have to wait and see 2 laps until we know. In the restart box. And Holloway on the gas, and Stewart with a great start. Anticipated the start Looks like the outside lane's the place to be. Donald Stewart moves forward now and down to the inside lane in front of Holloway.
I knew we did not see the last of him. I knew it.
The kid, Logan Hilton, jumping to the outside, then back to the inside. Now third car inside lane, and there's your two stage winners once again. Both third car in their respective lanes. Robert Duvendak in the outside lane, Hunter Reynolds on the inside. Looks like the 15 of Alex Green. He's starting to make an appearance at the front of the field.
Yeah, great run by him up here in the just about to be the top 5 here. So excellent to see Alex up there with a caution on the speedway.
Big time crash back through the field, and it looks like Jimmy Reynolds, Chase Berry, Rick Greenway all involved in this latest one. So we'll go back, take a look, see what happened here. There you see contact between Anthony English and another driver, and oh my goodness, the 5. What a hit. That was, whew. Chase Berry. Somebody go down there to the infield care center for me and check on Chase. That was a hard lick.
I almost
man.
there on that restart. You know, you said you were going to take this was going to be the green white checkered. I almost said I'm going to go. It's not the last one, and take your money again, Dave. So I just want to know that I helped you out there a little bit.
Well, I mean, I can't be broke.
I mean, you got kids and stuff, so I'm just thinking about you here.
Wow. Don't think about me. They're a lot cuter than me. I mean, good grief. Starting to question your judgment.
I question my judgment sometimes, too.
Yeah. It tends to happen, but, you know. Well,
After all, I do play golf about 3 times a week, so, you know, there's a lack of judgment there.
So that's what's wrong with you. Okay. Makes sense now. It's all coming together now.
The secrets are out, yeah.
Now, with that being said, we see a lot of drivers coming to pit road. I say a lot of drivers. We've got 3 on pit road now. Daniel Holloway, Alex Green, Randall Cobb, Anthony English, Dave Hunt. All of those drivers coming to pit road. Mark Vega coming to pit road as well. Not all of these drivers coming to pit road had damage. Interesting to see them come to pit road. Maybe they didn't have enough if we need to see that third and final attempt at a green-white checkered. So maybe the drivers electing to, go ahead and come down, top off, make sure they got enough just in case we see a third green-white checkered. And I don't know. That was a great move by Donald Stewart, but now I'm just not sure that's where I want to be. I'm just not sure I want to be the race leader in a green-white checkered situation here at a place like this, or even at Daytona, any really, really big track, because the run in the push from the outside lane can be pretty scary, and I don't know. I don't know.
I would agree with that, Dave. I would want to be the artillery. I'd want to be the one who fires the mortar at this point. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. That's, these guys behind me are chomping at the bit. But he did have a great restart there on that first green white checkered. So maybe he'll choose that outside lane and see if he can anticipate that again.
Yeah, and even then, I'm just, you'll hear me say it a lot this season, that I don't know, and that's why I usually have a crew chief with me whenever I do get on track in a spotter to kind of make those decisions for me, just because, man, it's such a hard call, because you want to protect the inside double yellow line, because you know nobody's coming from the inside of you. But at the same time, you don't want to be stuck on the inside lane and not be able to block that run from the outside.
Right.
So if you start on the outside, you can kind of get the jump, build yourself a little buffer zone if you're able to jump back down and lead that inside lane. But
I think
know.
myself, I'm choosing the outside because it seems like the lesser of two evils. We've seen several times today on restarts where that inside lane just kind of gets held up. We've saw one restart with Logan Hilton there where he got a great jump, but like you said, Logan's very composed and is miles above his age level as far as skill goes. So for me, I think I'd have to be on the outside lane here and just take the lesser of two evils.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, if we want, we could go down there to your race leader, Donald Stewart, here to decide this one for us. But here you go. I got a good bet for you. If Donald Stewart takes the inside, I owe you nothing, and if he takes the outside, you owe me everything.
Heads I win, tails you lose, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like them kind of bets. Those are always the good bets.
Since I took your $100 earlier, I'll take that bet, Dave.
Well, not quite sure what's gonna happen here. Not sure who's really in the right seat. If anybody's got a little bit of horseshoe with him right now, it's the 7 of Josh Milam. We've seen him get a tag from the back and be able to pretty much walk away fairly clean after some chaos ensued behind him. So if there's anybody out there with a little bit of magic in the bag, it may be that 7 of Josh Milam, but don't count out your Stage 2 winner, the 63 of Logan Hilton. In your Stage 1 winner, Robert Duvendak, he's going to line up just behind that 63 third car inside lane. And, I mean, we haven't seen that 00 up front very much here tonight, but look at him. He's going to line up third car outside lane. So we've got quite a few drivers that could win this thing. I mean, we've still got, 20 drivers out there on the lead lap at least?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still anybody's game. Look, Rick Seabrand's right there inside the top 10 still after a late race incident. He's running in 9th right now, or it's showing him in 9th. Pace truck down and away. Donald Stewart bringing the field back to the green flag. Long track to the restart box. We'll get set to fire things off once again. Stewart waiting. Green flag flies, and we're racing once again here at Talladega Superspeedway for the second attempt at a green-white checkered. Your field side by side at the front. Donald Stewart now surging with a big push from the 63 of Logan Hilton. Will Hilton jump to the outside? Looking, not gonna do it yet. Not yet. Wiggles a little bit off of 2. Now moves to the outside.
I imagine you'll see the 27 push the kid to the front here. Sean Stevens had a really nice restart there to stay with the 78 machine of Stewart. So, but then once again, that 7 car of Milam is lurking back there.
And already clear of the inside lane, Logan Hilton surges to the front to lead the field once again, coming to the line this time by white flag in the hand and now in the air, surging on the outside lane. The 27 of Sean Stevens trying to win his first race here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics, but will the kid let him? Surging down on that inside lane, 3 cars nose to tail. The 63 of Hilton, Donald Stewart, as well as Robert Duvendak. Contact with drivers behind the field. We're going to stay green to the flag. My goodness. A few drivers hurting that one. Oh, up the hill goes Connors. Big wreck again in turn 3. The kid loses his help. Here comes Stevens surging to the front. Oh my goodness, Dan,
man.
look at this. Oh, 3 wide at the line. Who's it gonna be?
Man.
What a finish, and I believe Josh Milam may have snuck that win away from Sean Stevens. Oh
Wow.
my goodness, what a finish.
What a move Milam pulled off there. He couldn't have timed that any better. He kind of backed off coming into 4 and coming into 3, excuse me, and gave himself the perfect amount of run. If this race is official and Josh Milam won this race. That is the move of the season. I'm calling it right now.
Gonna take one more look at the finish here with the turn 3 replay. There you see Milam side drafting off of Helton. They both split the 27. Oh my goodness. That is extremely close right there. We're gonna have to wait and see. Looks like timing and scoring still giving it to the 7 of Josh Milam, and it looks like Milam now maybe out of gas. He's getting a push by Duvendak, so I think Milam may be out of gas here. No post-race celebration for that Ford Mustang, but I tell you what, I'll celebrate with no gas.
Absolutely. Get a race win. You know, I mean, have a crew member bring out and put about 1.5 gallons in that thing, and let's see what happens. But man, congratulations to Josh Milam. What a move he pulled off there. Thank you to Duvendak for pushing our race winner to victory lane here. What a race, Dave. You can't get any better than that.
Absolutely. That was one heck of a finish, and do hope all of you fans enjoyed that. I most certainly did, as Milam gonna enjoy the race win. We're gonna step away, set things up for your post-race interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back trackside after yet again an amazing finish here at Talladega Superspeedway in the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series, presented to you by 4X Graphics. Man, what a race it was, and I believe that my good buddy, the postman Dan, has made his way through the crowd out of the broadcast booth down to pit lane, and has had a chance to catch up with our third place finisher here today, Sean Stevens.
Hey, Sean, it's Dan and Dave in the booth. You got your ears on, pal.
Yes, sir.
Sean, you came from out of nowhere during those last 20 laps. Congratulations, podium finish, top 3. What's it feel like to be on the podium here at Dega?
Well, it feels good, especially in this OP league. I mean, we got a lot of talent, and just it feels good.
Fantastic. Your GOP teammates have got to be awfully proud of you. What kind of confidence does this give you going into next week?
Well, it gives me a lot of confidence. I won on Wednesday night, the Wednesday night league. I won there, and I'm soaring high right now.
Absolutely. I'd be in the same boat as you, brother. So well done. Great drive from you. I look forward to seeing your name in the top of the standings here next couple races. So don't let me down, pal.
Yeah. Nope, I won't.
Great. You got anybody on the side of that car you'd like to give thanks to this evening?
Well, first, my GOP teammates, Dan Harrington, Dan Holloway, Alex, Cody, and then Robert.
Excellent, man. Congratulations on your podium finish, and we will see you next week.
I think, sir.
All right, some few final words there from your third place finisher. We'll give Dan a moment to get all the way to victory lane, as he's going to try to check in with your race leader here momentarily. But let's see if I can't dial up the driver that finished in second here today. Also walked away with the win in stage number 2. Logan Helton doing a fantastic job, and a great race once again. You were right there at the end, almost grabbed another win. How are you feeling?
To be honest, I'm feeling a little bit upset. Not like I'm so sad, but like I knew it was right there.
Well, man, if I couldn't tell it in your voice, but I never really can. You're always so even keeled, and to hear you say you're a little upset, well, that's a little something different. I don't think I've heard that from you in almost 2 seasons, man. That's so.
I'm kind of shocked myself.
Yeah, I mean, great job though, Logan. I mean, you run up front all race long. Really, you fell to the back a little bit, but made your way back up to the front. You were right there at the end. What was going through your head coming off of a turn 4, coming to see the checkered flag?
Well, first, thank you to Donald Stewart for pushing me as long as he could, and then he ran out of fuel coming out of 4, and I felt helpless. So I had to come up and like side draft, even though it doesn't work that good. I just had to do everything I could, and then the 27 came down in front of me, and I thought maybe I have a chance at second. And then he went high for some reason. I didn't know it was because he was running out. So then I dived to the low side, and then I realized he ran out of fuel. So then I looked to the right, and then I saw me and Josh were like neck and neck. And I was actually kind of like getting, I don't know, just excited. Like I saw an opportunity to win, and even if I didn't, that was a very exciting finish.
Absolutely was. If you thought it was exciting from your point of view, you should have seen what we were seeing. Man, that was an amazing finish to an amazing race. Once again, a great job by you all race long, able to win stage number 2 here today. So congratulations with that. Congratulations with another great finish. Logan, before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, or thank anybody on the side of that car?
Yeah, just thank you to my friends and family for watching the race. Thanks to Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for being on the car. My sponsors, RGC Media, East Bay Landscaping, and Jones Racing Setups. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks to everyone at the league for what they do. And thanks to my team at Checkered Flag Motorsports. And I think that's it.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations on a great race once again. And we'll look forward to seeing that 63 in victory lane here throughout the rest of the season at some point in time. So don't hang your head, my man, and congratulations. Always fun to watch you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, there you have it. Some few parting words from the driver finishing in the second position out there today in the Dega 250. Here for race number 4 in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series, presented by 4X Graphics. And Oh my, not sure what happened there. Everything went kind of crazy for a moment, but Josh Milam sitting on track, and I believe we've been able to finally get up there and catch up with your race winner. Dan, have you had a chance to get up there and get to him?
I have, Dave. I'm here in Victory Lane. Victory Lane with the 7 machine, that wicked fast 7 machine. Josh Milam, congratulations, my friend. What's going through your mind right now?
Oh man, I'm shook right now. I am in awe. Never thought I could pull it out with the car that I had there at the end. I was just trying to get a good finish. It's right place, right time. Just fell into my hands basically.
You made a pretty early charge there to get yourself in position for this race win. What were you thinking when you were sitting in the catbird seat there, coming to the white flag?
Oh man. Well, I knew I have a little damage here on the front left from that previous caution, where I ended up. I got a little sideways. I got a bad push from the rear, and it got me a little sideways. Saved it. Anyways, we're coming to the white line there. I knew all I could do was just get the guy in front of me everything I had. I know I for sure thought Logan had the car to win it there tonight. Like I said, right things happen at the right time. I was just in the right place. They ran out of fuel. It came down to fuel. I didn't really know for sure if I was going to have enough fuel to make it. I figured I had to dip out there at the last second. But I had enough, and I ended up running out there at the right in turn 1, I believe. But unfortunate for Sean Stevens, I stayed with him there till the end, and he just didn't have it.
Well, fantastic, man. Great drive by you. I know you definitely had to have about 6 sets of eyes there, one on the fuel gauge and the other 5 to watch everybody else around you. So you're locked in. What's your strategy going through the next few races of this season? Are you going to try to help your teammates, or are you going to just try to go for race and stage wins?
Oh, absolutely. Just help the teammates. That's what we do. Once one of us gets the wins, it's all eyes on the next guy. We focus completely on them. If they can't get the win, then we're gonna try ourselves to pull that win to save that spot for them. But yeah, big time team game here. Do everything we can. I think me and Hunter's locked in now. That's 2 or 3 consecutive seasons for Hunter, and it's my 5th consecutive season being locked in the chase in OP. So it's pretty exciting. I think we got 3 more guys to get in the chase.
Well, fantastic drive again, dude. Congratulations. That 7 machine. I had my eye on you for about 3/4 of the race because I knew you had a tough machine there. And it looks good in victory lane. Is there anybody on the side of that machine back home watching you'd like to thank?
Absolutely. Gotta thank my guys at FSR, teammates Will, Derek, Ernie, and Hunter. Great teammates. I think they're the best teammates you can have, especially on super speedways. Fun guys to be around. Thank you guys in the booth. I think it's awesome you guys come on and doing this broadcast for us. But I think the OP guys, OP admins, are all that they do within the 3 series that we race here. And all the guys who are racing in this league, everybody watching at home, whether you're friends or family of anybody out here, we're all one big OP family when it comes down to it. But I appreciate all the viewers that we got and everything you guys do.
Well, you're very welcome, man. Thank you for a great drive tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Also, I appreciate you guys.
All right, Dan. Well, that's about it. Post-race interviews, all in the books. Everything's said and done. Man, another amazing night here at OP Racing. I mean, how many races can we see where we're left saying "wow" at the end of it? I think that's 4 in a row now.
That's 4 for 4. We got good odds.
Yeah, we're doing good over here.
We kicking it, man. We getting it done.
Absolutely. Well, with all that being said, I mean, there's not much left to do except go through some of the official business. So we'll get to your finishing order here today from Talladega Superspeedway in race number 4. of the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics Season number 5. Your finishing order looks a little something like this. Walking away with the race win, the 7th of Josh Milam. Coming home in second, the 63 of Logan Hilton. Third place will go to the 27 of Sean Stevens. Fourth place, the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Alex Green and his 15 gonna finish in fifth. Sixth place will be the 4 of Rick Seabrand. 7, Donald Stewart. Eighth will go to Randall Cobb. And ninth, Daniel Holloway. Rounding out your top 10 in the 50 machine will be Sean McCarrick.
Finishing just outside of the top 10 in the 11th position, the 77 of David Booth. 12th, the 28 of Derek Conley. 13th, that super strong machine we saw all day, the 18 of Mark Vega. 14th, 53 of Dave Hunt. 15th, the 8 of Cody Ober. 16th, our Batman, 04 of Mark Mann. 17th, the 39 of Jamie Jessup. 18th, Dustin Barber. 19th, the 47 of Andrew Schroeder. Rounding out your top 20, the 22 of Eric Carlion.
Walking away in the 21st position here today from Talladega Super Speedway, the 00 of Rob Connors. Daniel Harrington gonna finish in 22nd, and Travis Elliott gonna walk away in 23rd. Jeff Wyatt and his 86 machine gonna come home in 24th. 25th will be Jimmy Reynolds. 26th is Aspen Belvin, while Les Levy finishes in 27th. Walking away in the 28th spot here today, the 40 of Anthony English. 29th spot will go to your pole sitter for today's Dega 250, the 16 of Jimmy Crow. 30th spot here tonight, the 151 of Rick Greenway.
31st position, Chase Berry in the 5 machine. 32nd, the 24 of Will Weber. 33rd, the 95 of James Meyer. 34th, Ernie Williams in the 91 machine. 36th, the 02 of David Overstreet. 37th, the 88 of Ben Mashburn. And rounding out your field, the 3 of Robert Payne.
Well, that's it. That's all there is. Nothing left from all of us here at Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the cave, or my good buddy, the Postman Dan right here beside me, or any other guys back at the headquarters. We do appreciate each and every time you join us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you hadn't given these drivers a thumbs up yet, go ahead and give them a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Another great race in the books for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. And well, until next time, my friends, stay loved, stay safe. We'll catch up with you then.